Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Ovuwa and here there is no perfection, just growth. We are continuing our discussion emanating from the legalization of recreational cannabis use in South Africa. There is a phrase that many of us have heard or maybe even used. It's just cannabis, relax. And for many, that feels true. Cannabis can be recreational, social, or occasional without obvious harm. But public health teaches us something important. No substance is neutral in every context because human lives are not neutral contexts. And sometimes, quietly, gradually, just cannabis becomes something more complicated. Not for everyone, of course, but for enough people that we need to talk about it honestly. This is about normalization versus awareness. Cannabis is increasingly normalized, and normalization has benefits. It reduces stigma and opens conversation. But normalization can also create blind spots. When a substance becomes socially accepted, we must ask important questions like, am I using this to relax or to escape? Is this a choice or is it now dependency? Am I coping or am I avoiding? Dependency rarely announces itself loudly. It grows in routine, in justification, in silence. And because cannabis is often perceived as low risk, people may struggle longer before recognizing when their relationship with it has changed. The human reality is dependency is not about weakness. It's about how substances interact with stress, trauma, mental health, and daily pressures. Professionals may use it to manage burnout. Young adults may use it to regulate emotion. Parents may use it to quiet anxiety. And over time, what began as relief can become reliance. This is not a moral failure. It is a health pattern. And health patterns deserve compassion, awareness, and support, not shame. Cannabis dependency is difficult to discuss because it sits in an uncomfortable space. Not everyone experiences harm, but some people do. And that's the dichotomy of cannabis use. And when conversations become polarized, harmless versus dangerous, nuance disappears. Public health lives in that nuance. We can acknowledge benefits, social realities, and personal freedom, while still recognizing that dependency exists and deserves attention. Silence does not protect people, awareness does. Recovery is the goal here. The most important thing to understand is this: dependency is not destiny. People can change their relationship with substances. They can rebuild agency. They can find healthier coping pathways. But change begins with recognition, and recognition requires safe conversation. When we create space to talk honestly, we give people permission to reflect without fear. And that is where healing starts. Cannabis is not inherently the villain here, nor is it automatically harmless. It is a substance that interacts with human vulnerabilities, and public health asks us to hold both truths. Respect freedom and protect well-being. If just cannabis has ever felt more complicated than it sounds, you are not alone. And you are not broken, you are human. And conversations like this are part of building healthier relationships with substances, with ourselves and with our communities. Join me live on Thursday, 26th February at 7 p.m. on TikTok Live, when we will be discussing what happens when casual use quietly becomes dependency without anyone noticing. We will explore low-risk user guidelines because awareness opens doors to healthier choices. Don't forget to tune in for next week's discussion, where we will be talking about what it means for our children to grow up in a cannabis economy. We will also explore the difference between dependency and addiction. Bring your question, leave judgment at the door, and let's talk live on Thursday. See you there.